What's up, guys? It's your girl DeeDee, and I am back. I just wanted to talk about this video that I just saw. So, I just saw a video of a man who was talking about, why he gave up his parental rights to the mother of his daughter. And I'm going to talk about this on my live stream on YouTube on tomorrow. So, I want you guys to check that out as well. We're going to be discussing that because I found this video so heartbreaking. Because this man is talking about how he's finally gotten to the point to where he's just given up. He gave up his parental rights to the mother of of his daughter because this woman was taking him through hell. He talked about how, and I saw in the comments, we're gonna go over it on tomorrow in a live stream, because he was talking about the lies and the allegations that she was spreading on him, putting on him while he was fighting to be in his daughter's life, that this woman had lied so much, and it's gotten him to the point to where he just said, you know what, shocked her, and by stop fighting because she was taking him through the ringer, and he just said, you know what, I give up my parental rights, go ahead, she's yours, and he's moving on. And it's sad because I don't think that most men want to do that. These men, a lot of these men, if we're going to be honest, a lot of these men are pushed into these positions. You have a man who's fighting for his daughter to be a part of his daughter's life, and the mother is constantly doing things based off what he said to fight him at every chance. Now, at what point, and I know, women like to say, oh, well, as a man, you should fight for your child. And I agree. I think you should fight for your child. And I don't think a man should have to fight for his child. That's the realty, the real gag. You shouldn't have to fight to be in your child's life. Just think about that. You shouldn't have to fight to be a part of your child's life. If the relationship between you and the mother did not work, it should not be an issue to where you gotta fight to see your child and be a part of your children's lives. I think that's the crazy part, that they have to fight. So when you do have men who are going out of their way to make sure that they are a part of their children's lives, you have the women who are just mad and bitter because y'all relationship didn't work, constantly fighting him in his pursuit to try to be in his child's life. But then they're the very ones that's calling the men deadbeats and saying, oh, y'all walk away from y'all responsibilities. Y'all don't do this, y'all do that. But the men who are fighting and wanting to be a part of their child's life and be there for their children, these women are fighting them tooth and nail. So it's just kind of heartbreaking that he's gotten to this point to where he's like, you know what, to hell with it. I'm giving up. He's like, I'm still young enough. My parts work. And, I'm fairly decent enough. I can get another child and I can get in another relationship and you can have another child. But to him, that child is hers. He's moved on. And she probably was not expecting that. She probably was not expecting him to do that. But this is what men are pushed to do now. And I don't think, once again, I don't think this is something that most men could do. But also, you got to look at the circumstances. You got to look at what's happening. I remember watching this video of this guy who took out the mother of his children, and I don't condone that, but he took out himself too and left because she was claiming that he was doing something to the kids and claiming all kinds of stuff that just was not true, and that man could not take it. Y'all got to understand that men are human beings. They could snap too. Women always talk about the pressures that they go through and what they cannot deal with, and they be stressed out. But y'all don't think these men are stressed out as well? Y'all don't think that these men go through stuff too? If that relationship failed, that doesn't mean that the relationship between him and his daughter had to fail. The relationship between the grown-ups is a different relationship that these people have with their children. Because the children don't see them the way you do. Y'all couldn't work it out. Let these men be able to see their children and raise their kids, because y'all constantly complaining about it, but not telling the truth and being honest about your part in this. That you are not every woman, but a lot of these women are keeping the fathers away and then complaining like they're not the ones at the helm of the issue. Like you have nothing to do with all. They're just deadbeats. They're just walking away. They're not taking care of their responsibilities, when y'all are the ones who are stopping them from doing it because you're bitter and angry that he don't want to be with you. It is very sad that it has to come to this level, but I wouldn't be surprised. I just would not. I don't want to see this, but I would not be surprised if more men start doing this. If more men start just saying, you know what, go ahead, you got it. You take the full responsibility. I'm giving up my rights. So that's your child. You do what you want with him or her. And I'm going to move on, because it's a lot that these men have to go through. I mean, from losing their jobs, missing out on work, money spent for lawyers or whatever they have to do, money that, keeping them from working and being productive. It's just a lot that a lot of these bitter baby mamas tend to do, and nobody cares. Nobody focuses on the part of the women. Just assume that he's a deadbeat. You just assume that he doesn't want to be in his child's life. You just assume that he walks away. But these women are not, being held accountable, because the courts, are condoning this because they make money off of it. So the more men they have on child support with no questions asked, it's more money that they get in their pockets. So they're not going to push the issue of, and make it fair, because it benefits them. As long as they get money off of it, that's all they care about. And these women don't care about the children. You don't care about, once again, you don't care about how your child feels about this. You don't care about any of it. You just doing what you want to do because that's what you want to do, and that's what you feel like doing, and you're entitled, and you want to do it. But I think this is sad. I just wanted to get y'all thoughts on it, because once again, we're going to discuss this in our live stream tomorrow, you guys, Friday, 1:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be addressing this, and I want to get your thoughts then. So make sure you tune in for live stream on, on tomorrow, because we're going to deep dive into this once again, and I want to get your thoughts. But I just thought this was ridiculous. I honestly think this is very sad. Something needs to be done about, child support laws and all of these things, because I just think it's ridiculous. And a lot of times these women are, want the most of child support from these men, but you don't even want them to see their children. There are men who are literally paying child support but don't get to see their children when they're supposed to. A lot of these women defy the court orders. They don't listen to the court orders. And then these men have to constantly go back into court to try to make sure that she follows the rules and make sure that he gets to see his child or be in his child's life. It's just a lot of these bitter baby mamas make it miserable for a lot of these men, and nobody talks about it. Everybody, these deadbeats and this, y'all. So y'all be so quick. A lot of women, not all women, every woman doesn't think like this, but there damn sure are a lot of them who really just jump on and harp on the men without any context. You don't care about the backstory. You don't care if she's ratchet. You don't care what she's doing. It's just blame the men, blame the men, blame the men. And it's got to stop, because it's getting to a point, to a boiling point, to where men are just frustrated, as they should be. They're just frustrated with these types of actions, these types of women. This is why I say, listen, for the men who don't have kids, please be mindful who you creating a child with, because you may find yourself in a situation. Please be careful who you're making babies with, who you sleeping with, who you dealing with, because you may find yourself in this precarious situation where you're pushed to the edge, to the point where you sometimes may have to walk away to preserve your own sanity. There are a lot of men who are going through this, the court system, just to have a fair, you have a mother and you have a father, but it's not fair. The men don't get a fair shake when it comes to their own children. It's almost like the women dictate what, every step of the child's way, every step of the way, as if she's a sole parent. And the fathers just get, there's no, it's like he don't have rights. It's almost like as if it's not his child. It's almost as if he doesn't have a say in his child's life. It's always the women. So when you think about it, as harsh as it is, you think about, damn, you kind of understand why some of these men will walk away when they've been pushed to it. Not just because they don't care. They've been pushed to that point. But women will still say, well, he's the deadbeat. He walked away, with no context. And they'll tell this to their kids and make the children believe that. But as the children get older and they talk to their fathers, they realize what the situation was. And now everything can be documented. It can be documented. So you just can't lie completely and get away with it, because it's all there. So if the child wants to hear and see it, they'll be able to see everything that transpired. And then this is why a lot of these young men and women have an issue with their mothers, because the mothers are the ones who created this scenario and then lied to them. And then later on, they don't have a good relationship. So I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on this. We're going to talk about it tomorrow in the live stream. Make sure you guys are tuned in, 1:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to talk about this in the live. I want to get y'all thoughts. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. Let me know what you think of this, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.